Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good morning. I want to thank Secretary McMahon for joining us today to discuss the department's priorities and the effect this budget will have on students, teachers, and families. Secretary McMahon, as Secretary of Education, you took an oath to oversee the Department of Education and uphold the Constitution. One of the missions of the Department of Education is to, quote, strengthen the federal commitment to ensuring access to equal educational opportunities for every individual. I take no pleasure in pointing out that in the months since this administration has taken office, you have been sworn in as the department's secretary. The actions taken by you, the unaccountable DOGE, and this administration generally have contradicted this mission. Some of the things that have happened, nearly 50% of the department's workforce have been proposed to be fired, eliminating key roles that keep our nation's schools running and our students safe. Universities have been stripped of necessary grant funding, undermining the integrity of higher education. Support for student loan borrowers has been reduced, and the key consumer protections have been threatened. And the Department of Education is being dismantled through the elimination of programs and offices without congressional approval. Thankfully, on May 22nd, a federal judge issued a preliminary injunction and ordered the department to reinstate the previously terminated employees. During today's hearing, I expect you to share with us specifically what steps you are taking to comply with that court order. Relatedly, we understand the department has repeatedly delayed and denied the department's Office of Inspector General access to requested documents, information, and staff to conduct a review related to the department's recent workforce program and operational changes. Yesterday, I sent you a letter urging you to cooperate with the OIG in accordance with the law. And it's my hope that because you have spoken to numerous news organizations about your plans to dismantle the department, you will feel comfortable with sharing your plans with Congress and the OIG. For millions of Americans we are struggling to understand how the actions you have taken at the department to address learning gaps and improve academic outcomes for the nation's children. Simply put, if all of these positions are being vacated and resources are being cut for the sake of efficiency, then who is doing the work to ensure that the mission of the department to strengthen the federal commitment to ensuring access to equal educational opportunity for every individual is being met? For example, another mission of the department is to promote improvements in the quality and usefulness of education through federally supported research, evaluation, and sharing of information. Yet this administration has stopped the Institute of Educational Sciences from funding, and that organization supports research and collects data on education across the country to improve students' academic outcome. Congress uses this research to determine how it can save money and ensure resources are allocated only to effective programs. However, since you have halted research in the middle of their projects, much of their work is now useless to Congress, and that is the very definition of creating waste. Also, the department has abdicated its responsibility to ensure that all students are afforded safe, quality, and equitable education regardless of their race, gender, immigration status, socioeconomic status, and disability status. Under your stewardship, the Office of Civil Rights is implementing a radical reinterpretation of our civil rights laws that abandons its long-standing duties to investigate, monitor, and provide resources to victims of potential civil rights violations. As a result, students and parents with open civil rights cases are now left with no recourse and no insight as to the status of their cases.